What is up, guys? Welcome to another YouTube video. This week our goal is to run 40 miles for the week, so I'm going to take you day by day for each of my runs until we hit 40 miles. Today we have a 5-mile run, super easy, just gonna get 5 miles done at an easy pace. Yeah, let's get into this run. All right, so there are basically two reasons why we made our goal 40 miles this week. Reason number one is I feel like my volume really needs to increase for us to be able to run 29 miles on my birthday. Reason number two is that we're traveling next week and I don't know how much my training will be affected by that. So I'm kind of trying to make up for it already so I don't have to worry about it during the week next week. All right, so we just finished those 5 miles. The only thing that worries me about these 40 miles this week is that we're basically breaking the general rule of running whenever it comes to increasing your mileage each week. You're not supposed to increase your mileage by more than 10%. Last week we ran 30 miles. This week the goal is 40. So that's 10 miles, definitely more than 10%. So we're definitely going to have to focus on recovery and hydrating each day. I'm on vacation, so I have a lot of downtime to just, recover. So hopefully we don't get injured. If we do, it'll be my own damn fault, but it is what it is. But that is gonna wrap up day number 1. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Also, I generally run from home, but today I decided to, venture out and go to a trail. I forgot to bring a towel and I am literally drenched because it's so humid outside. It feels like you're swimming. So my truck is gonna be disgusting, but you live and you learn. I should have known to bring a towel, but I didn't. All right, so it is Tuesday and we have another 5-mile easy run. And I decided to wait till nighttime to start this run at 10 o'clock, purely just to avoid the heat. I just did not feel like running in the daylight today because not only is it just hot, it is just stupid humid. So we avoided that by running at nighttime. And if I'm going to run at nighttime, might as well just wait a couple more hours at 10 o'clock whenever there's not much of any traffic out. So I can sometimes run in the road a lot, but if you can tell, I'm not really wearing any reflective gear, which I'm really hard-headed and I should just throw on something reflective, but I mainly just stick to the sidewalks. And like I said, it's late, there's not really any traffic, so I can still run along the side of the road facing traffic and it's no big deal. But I'm really just stubborn whenever it comes to reflective gear. Maybe after I get hit by a car, then I'll start wearing some, but I don't know. All right, so we just finished those 5 miles, super easy run. We had an average pace of 11 minutes per mile. And yes, I am whispering because baby bird is in the other room. And if we wake her up at 11 o'clock, that will not be fun. But yeah, we're 10 miles into this 40-mile week. I feel really good so far. And later in the week, if I'm feeling very fatigued or my body is beaten down, I'm just gonna be honest about it instead of lying and being like, oh yeah, we're tough, this is easy. Because more than likely, with my lack of miles prior to this week, we're gonna get beaten up, but we're just gonna document it, be honest about it. And yeah, that's gonna wrap up Tuesday. I'll see you guys tomorrow for Wednesday. All right, so it is Wednesday. We had another 5-mile run today. It's hot. It's really not even that hot. Like, summer's coming. It's only 83 degrees right now. It's gonna be in the 90s or even close to 100 in the summer. So we're definitely not prepared for that right now. But we're gonna start carrying water on our runs right now during the day because, why not? We're gonna be running 5 miles, close to an hour. We're gonna be running for 50 or so minutes. So why not bring some water with us on a warm day? So let's get into this 5-mile run. All right, so as I mentioned earlier in the video, we're jumping our mileage up this week way more than 10%. So one thing we're going to do to compact that is do a lot more recovery and stretching pre-run. I say a lot more. We're just adding the basic stuff like foam rolling every day, And then before our runs, just gonna do some leg swings. Nothing really complex, just something to get our body moving before we start running. I'm really bad at stretching before a run. I will if it's like a speed workout and high intensity, because you're way more likely to get injured at that point. But before these slow runs, I typically just get out of the truck and go. But I think if we can add just a staple every day, like foam rolling or like leg swings at the very least before every run, we get into the routine of doing that every day, then we can build onto that later. So it's kind of, you know, it's not a big deal. It's nothing revolutionary, but I'm definitely going to add that every day to try to prevent some injury, because my body isn't used to running this mileage every week. And if we can get it this week, I mean, we're gonna keep on trying to do it the rest of the weeks too. So that's at least the game plan. All right, so Wednesday's run is done. I think I had an average pace of 10:51 today. I did not forget my towel today, so that's good. Keep my truck a little clean. But yeah, that's pretty much gonna wrap up Wednesday. We have a birthday in the house tomorrow, so I'm going to try to wake up early in the morning and get the run done so I don't have to worry about it later in the day. But I'm known to kind of procrastinate, so we'll see if that happens or not. You're about to find out. All right, so it is Thursday. We have a 5-mile run today. This is going to be the last 5-mile run for the week. We did get up and start this run at 9 o'clock, so getting it done in the morning. So let's get this 5-mile run done. All right, so with it being Thursday, we're midway through the week. We're a little bit more than midway through the week now. And really 3 things are keeping me motivated throughout this week and forward. Number 1 is I want to complete the end of the series with running 29 miles on my birthday. Number 2, I want to get back into the shape I was a year prior. So we have a lot of work to make up for after not really doing anything for a year. And then number 3 is you guys, like me putting myself out there saying I'm gonna do this. Like I would look like a fool if I just quit and didn't do it. So those 3 things are really keeping me motivated on days that I don't want to do this. All right, so Thursday's 5-mile run is done. We have logged 20 miles so far this week. Getting our run done in the morning is gonna give us a whole lot more time to recover before the next day. And also I don't have it lingering over me the rest of the day and then having to do it at night or later in the day. So potentially we will do it another morning because it's just easier, just get it out of the way and it doesn't have to linger over us. But yeah, Thursday is done. I will see you guys tomorrow. All right, so it is Friday. We're getting a late start. It is 9 p.m., but that's okay. Today we're switching up the mileage. All week we have ran 5 miles every day, but tonight and tomorrow we're gonna be doing 3-mile runs to try to prepare for Sunday, which is our long run. So trying to lighten up the load a little bit, but we will still hit 40 miles. So yeah, let's get into this 3-mile run. All right, so I told you guys I was gonna be honest with you whenever I was feeling it, whenever it was getting tough, and we're to that point now, more so mentally. Like we started this run at 9 p.m. because I was procrastinating, pushing this run back as much as I could. But whenever we began the run, my body feels fine. My body feels normal. So we're feeling it more so mentally, and that's okay. I am in the routine of running again since we started this series. Like I want to run, but I guess just the increase in mileage and the longer duration we're running every day, it's just getting to me mentally. But today and tomorrow, with it just being 3 miles, I think that'll help mentally and also physically. Like we're giving our body a little bit of a break. And then we have a 14-mile long run on Sunday. So again, we're feeling it mentally, but we're gonna keep on pushing through and getting these miles done. All right, so we finished that 3-mile run. Again, whispering because Birdie's asleep in the other room. We finished that 3-mile run with an average pace of 10:20 per mile. Like I said, body feels great. Mind is just having trouble keeping up. But that's going to wrap up Friday. I'll see you guys tomorrow. All right, so today is Saturday. We did a little bit of cross training this morning. We did 15 miles on a road bike. And today, like I mentioned yesterday, we have 3 miles. So let's get into it. So like I mentioned, we did an hour on the road bike this morning. I got a road bike yesterday, which is super exciting. I'm really excited about that. So going into this 40-mile week, it's like, I got a road bike, I'm gonna ride it. So hopefully we're not really overdoing it, which we probably are whenever it comes to these 40 miles. And hopefully tomorrow's 14-mile long run isn't too bad. But after this run, we're gonna order a pizza pretty much every week. The day before the long run, order me a medium thin crust pizza. So that's the game plan. All right, so we just completed Saturday's 3-mile run in the rain. I love running in the rain. I saw it was raining whenever we were just chilling in the house. I was like, okay, I gotta go get my miles in. The only downside to running in the rain in the summer is if you're out on the run and it stops raining and the sun comes out, it is humid as it can be. But yeah, about to order a pizza, recover, and then we have a long run tomorrow. So it is Sunday, long run day. We have a 14-mile long run today. My shoes were soaking wet from the downpour yesterday. So I forgot to dry them overnight. So I sat them in the sun about an hour, 2 hours before this run with some paper towels in them. And they dried out a lot more than they were. It's going to start raining. So I purposely, sought out the rain. Saw it's going to start raining from 4 to like 6 p.m. lightly, not like heavily like yesterday. So decided to do the long run at this time, fueling with Powerade. But yeah, let's get into this 14-mile long run. All right, so we're about 6 miles into this run. Just made it to a water station, so we're topping off our water, or our mixing our Powerade with some water. Also fueling this run is some sweet tarts. I got a stick of sweet tarts to take along for the run, just some sugary carbs. So I mean, the rain hasn't got to us yet, which is kind of disappointing because it's really hot. But yeah, let's get on with these 14 miles. All right, so that is going to wrap up 14 miles. I'm exhausted. There's not a dry spot on me. I'm exhausted. That's gonna wrap up the 40 miles this week. Honestly, wasn't that bad. I don't think I'd be able to do 40 miles right now if I had to work every day. So this week of vacation, being able to get these miles in is very helpful. But yeah, that's gonna wrap up the video. If you enjoyed it, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one.